Welcome to my channel. This is Peaches October. I am going to be going through some new products today. I'm going to be using the Juvia'S eyeshadow palette to do my eye, and I'm also going to be using a new foundation, which is the YSL All Hours Foundation with SPF 30 in it. So I'm very excited. I'm also going to be trying for the first time the Armani concealer, and I got the shade in number 9 because that's the shade that I use in the foundation. And I got a new shade of this Tilbury bronzer and just a couple of new stuff that I'm going to be using today. So let's jump right into this video. So we're going to first off start with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Styling Wax. This is my first time using this product. I've seen it a while now. If I'm not mistaken, this product launched sometime last year, and this is just a clear brow freeze to control the direction of your brows. So let's see here. This is how it looks. I'm going to take some of it and I'm going to use that to put my brows in the direction that I want it to go. And I believe, I didn't even read any instruction on this, but it is, you know, pretty much 1, 2, 3 steps that people take to do their use the brow freeze. And that's basically all I'm going to do. Just brush it upward, brush all of my brows in one direction, and then kind of clear up here. I did my brows a couple of days ago. I waxed my brows a couple of days ago. So I'm just gonna let it sit and dry. I like the way it's looking right now. I probably would not use any product recently. I've been loving not using product in my brow because my brow hairs are dark, and whenever I use the product, sometimes I don't like it, sometimes I do. But let's jump into primer from Hydro Grip from Milk. It is the Hydro Grip primer. Just gonna rub it in the face. I'm wearing my hair from Dress Your Hair, my hair company, and I have the tutorial up on TikTok and Instagram on how I lay my hair down. So if you guys would like to see that, you can go on my Instagram. I'm gonna list a handle on here. So I got another one of these NARS concealer. This is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I got the shade Walnut. I'll use my concealer brush from SEPHORA. This is the old style. So I'm just gonna color correct. First, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes. This is the Juvia'S Coffee Shop palette. The Coffee Shop palette comes with 16 shades, some with pressed pigment and just regular eyeshadows based on the description. Let me cut it open real quick. So I purchased the whole collection. I purchased the palette, the 3 lip pencils, 12 lippies, which I have right here. So I'm going to be swatching the lippies in another video, but today is all about the eyeshadow palette. Well packaged. Juvia'S know where they've been with their customers, so nowadays they package the palette really well. I'm going to take this shadow brush from Smashbox. It is their full eyeshadow brush. It's this one. And I will dip in, let me see, I'm not even sure what eyeshadow I'm going to do, but I feel like I'm going to use this shadow. So I'm going to dip in this dark shade. For some reason, they don't have the names on here, so I'm going to dip in the shade right above here and start to apply it. Ooh, holy moly. It is full of pigment. I'm gonna just use it to apply the shadows. It's a dark coffee shadow, really pigmented, and I'm gonna blend it out a little bit. So then I'm gonna go in with this Juvia'S J115 blender, and I'll take this rust looking color, this one right there, and this one. I'm gonna use those 2 right in the crease. And I'll start blending those from the front here. I'm extremely impressed on how the matte shadows are blending out. I love them. It's blending that shadow in the crease and then blending it outward with the remaining shadow that's left. Okay, the lashes are back on. I'm just gonna go over it and kind of smoke it a little bit. And again, I'm using the same eyeshadow that I use on my crease. I'm just going on there gently. We prime the face, assuming that I already did my moisturizer before I prime my face. So we're going in with this gorgeous foundation. This is the, like I said, the YSL. This is the packaging for that foundation. Love, love, love it. And it is weighing just usual size. And wait a minute, doesn't even say the fluid ounce on here, but I believe it's 30 milliliters. So I'm gonna take my Sephora number 70 brush. I'll pour some of this foundation on here. It's 2 pumps. And I'm going to go tap, tap, tap. So we're going in there, blending it out. So I intentionally did that because I want to get in the habit of using a little bit darker foundation, whereby I can go in and, you know, touch it up so that it will match everything. Once I go in for dark foundation and do my concealer, highlight, and all of that, everything basically blends in, is what I'm trying to say. You guys don't see on camera, but the shade is a little bit dark from my complexion, and I intentionally did that. Let me get this elastic band off my hairline. So the foundation is blended out seamlessly, like it. It hasn't dried yet. It's a matte foundation, but it hasn't dried because I just got done applying it. But let's go ahead and go in with concealer, blush, and highlight. So that was my Armani concealer. Now I'm going in with Too Faced Butterscotch. These are both full coverage concealers. And I'm going to go ahead and blend it with this Sephora brush, number 88. So I'm blending it upward, and the way that I apply the concealer is going to give a lift to my face. Just the elephant in the room. I initially intended to install a frontal, but install a 6x6 closure instead. And that's why you see on the corners of my closure, there's a cap showing underneath there. It was getting late and I did not want to start over, but I cut it off in the end. Using the remainder to go up on the nose. And I'm taking some products from my forehead also to bring it down the bridge of the nose. So if you see, because of the way I apply my eyeshadow, my nose is already kind of contoured. So we're going to take our foundation brush and then blend along the edges of the concealer so that everything can just look, you know, seamless. I have the Haus Labs powder in the shade Golden. It is the Bio Blurring Loose Setting Powder. Love the scent. I don't know if that's it smelling or that's it. Yeah, it's actually the concealer from Giorgio Armani. Okay, so this is the inside of the powder. I'm just going to put some of it, you know, like have some of it come out. One thing I like about the way they have this powder is not going to be messy. The layout of the packaging, it has a very beautiful packaging inside and out, and I love that. So let's go ahead and take this sponge. I'm going to dip in the powder. Much. That's how much came out. I want a lot though, but because it's packaged very well to avoid messiness, I'm going to apply underneath my eye to set the under eye. I'm knocking the powder like more. It's not really coming out. I'll take my Chanel, and I was running away from messiness. This one gives me messiness. Take their puff, put it in here, and set this area. It's too much powder, but we can make do. Don't worry about this area. I'll get that taken care of. I'll set that area. So I'm gonna go in with my, oh, I forgot to use my cream bronzer, but I didn't want for my under eye to crease, so I decided to set right away. So now I'm going in with my cream bronzer from Tilbury. This is our sun-kissed bronzer in the shade number 3. I got number 4 first, but it was too dark, so I went for number 3. I'm gonna take this brush that I use for my concealer. I'm gonna do that. I'm actually doing my makeup backwards now, but just trust the process as we go along. Along this side of my cheekbone, it's a cream bronzer, making sure I'm putting it in the right place so that I'll be able to go over it. Just put a little bit right here. And then I go like that. And bring it down my neck. Let's go ahead and blend that. Now you're so up close and personal. I had to step back a little and give you guys some space. So we're just gonna take this sponge and also go like along. At the same time, I'm blending in a little bit of powder that I put in. Okay, so this is the new, this is the bronzer, but it's a new shade that I'm going to be trying today. And I got the shade 10-3 before. Now for the powder bronzer, which looks like this, is the shade 10-4. So I also have that 10-3 here, and I'm going to be using that to scope my nose. Going to be using my Makeup Forever, my Velvet Skin Powder first. So this is the shade Y505. Taking my Kat Von D brush, I want to set this area. At the same time, sweep away that blurring powder. SEPHORA brush number 59 on this. See that? That's what they call bronzer. Everything happening right now, right here. Makeup is coming together. Just blend it up into the hairline. Okay, darlings. Blend, blend, and blend. Here's my final thoughts. The eyeshadow palette is amazing. This is one of the best eyeshadow palette, color story, neutral shadow palette that Juvia'S Place has released. I love the shadows. I love the colors in here. I love that they have from dark chocolate colors to warm, all the neutral colors in here. I love these mattes. They are blending out, the matte shadows blend out very well. The shimmer shadows, of course, which are like the pressed shadows in here, blend out perfectly. The last time I think I purchased Juvia'S Place or Juvia'S Place palette was a year ago, and I really did not like the color story. I don't know what they were trying to do, but it didn't sit well with me. That was during Christmas, if I'm not mistaken. That was the last time. The shadows did not sit well with me. Like the color story did not sit well with me. The formulation, I did not like the formulation. For the matte shadows, of course, you know, they always sometimes it's a hit and miss. they always do good with their matte shadows, but sometimes it's dry, but most of the times they are buttery. This palette is one of their best. If I'm to recommend any neutral shadow palette, I'm going to recommend this particular eyeshadow palette because you can get seamless eyeshadow looks from it. You can get very beautiful looks out of this eyeshadow palette. As you see, what I did, used 2 or 3 colors and then highlighted the inner here, like I did a cut crease, and I really didn't do a cut crease. So the look is basically a soft cut crease that I created, which I really love. I love the way shimmer or pressed powders blended out. They are perfect. They are not messy, I would say. You can look at the palette and see that I wasn't getting any kickbacks from the shadows. I didn't get any drop outs, like shadows falling while blending. All the shadows blended out perfectly, the ones that I used. I swatched a couple of them when before using it, and the swatches were also okay. So that's that with this eyeshadow palette. I love it, and if you do purchase this eyeshadow palette, you are not going to be wasting money. You're gonna get a good use out of it. They're probably on sale. I got a notification that they were on sale. They had a side-wide sale for 50 or 60% off, so maybe this one was included. Even though it is their new launch, it's possible that this was included. Now moving on to foundation, I use a YSL foundation. It's the matte foundation. My face is completely matte. It feels very airy. I love that it's a full coverage foundation. It also comes with sunscreen, not because it's winter, so we should forget about using sunscreen. Even though the foundation comes with sunscreen, you still need to use your sunscreen before applying your foundation when you are going out in the street. And so, although it has SPF 30, that doesn't mean that you still cannot use or should not use your sunscreen. You should also go in with your sunscreen before. What else I have to say about this? Love the packaging, love the logo. YSL always kill it with their logo. Speaking of YSL, matter of fact, I did a haul with these products, and I got a YSL lip perfume. I think I got the 3 sets now. I probably will be getting one more, I'm told, but I'm not too sure. So I'll bring that to you guys. I'll do a little haul showing you guys my YSL perfumes that I have. But however, let's move on to another product, which is the concealer that I used today. I went in with my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer, if I can find it here. So I use my Giorgio Armani concealer. It's a luminous concealer also, but I use that under my eye. You saw that when I apply it under my eye here, it covered up everything. Even though I did a little color correcting before applying my foundation, I did go in and add this on top of the color correcting so that my under eye will be covered, taking care of any dark circles or any aging lines or anything like that. So I did go in with this luminous concealer, which I love very much. I love the Giorgio Armani foundation. I also love the concealer formula. I love this. And next thing I used was Hydro Grip Primer. It's not a new product, so I'm not going to emphasize on that. I also went in with the new shade of my Makeup Forever powder, the Velvet Skin powder, which I had the shade 520 before, and 520 is warmer than my complexion, and I didn't enjoy using it that much. But now that I got Y505, I used it today, and you guys can see skin is skinning and blending in as well. So I love that. These are the 2 shades if you care to see them. This is R520 and this is Y505, which I used today. So for bronzer, what I did was to up my bronzer complexion, because I think moving to Georgia, I kind of tan a little bit. So my tan number 3 wasn't working, so I bought the new Charlotte Tilbury bronzer in the shade Deep 4. So this is how the Deep 4 looks. So Deep 4 applied very well on my skin tone. Love, love, love the way it applied. And I also went in with their bronzer, which is not a new product. I've been using that for a while now on this channel. The next thing I used was Real Beauty new Flaunt highlighter. It's their Positive Light Silky Touch highlighter in a shade Flaunt. So this is, I did swatch Flaunt during the tutorial. This is how Flaunt looks in the packaging. This is the one that you use for dark skin complexion. They also have like a champagne looking color that will work for a dark skin complexion as well. But I went in, took the gold one instead. For under eye powder, I went in with my Haus Labs blurring powder, and look under here, look under my eyes. Need I say more? No. It blurred under my eye perfectly. I don't have any issues with the under eye. It is not drying. Most of the time, mattifying or blurring powders, what it do to my skin, it tends to kind of dry my under eye. But that didn't happen with this powder, so I enjoy using it, and I'm definitely going to use this as often as possible. But the downside to this powder is that they pretty much was thinking about how messy it will be until it's too hard to come out. Packaging is beautiful, but in order to get the powder out, look here, I'm turning it upside down and the powder is not falling out. I use my Chanel powder all over my face, but when I open this sucker, powder is all over the place. But this packaging is very beautiful. I love the way they have it. I love that they design it in such a way that the powder is not just falling out. If I'm not mistaken, my Haus, what's the name? Hourglass. My Hourglass powder is formulated the same way. Let's see here if this powder is formulated the same way. So I love this one too, and this is a Makeup Forever powder. This is a new powder that I just purchased. Used it once in my previous video. But yes, so that's that for the lips. I went ahead and added on one of the new shades from the Juvia'S Place. For lips, I used the Juvia'S Place Coffee Bean Lip Pencil, and I paired it with the lip gloss in the shade Clay Drip. So these are just the two colors that I'm using. Did not use a lipstick, so this is to show how pigmented this color is. And if you just want to throw on a lip gloss and go, that's perfect. If you want a long lasting, this is long lasting of course, but if you want your lipstick to last longer, then you want your lip combo to last longer, then you put your lipstick and add the lip gloss. It will stay longer than what the lip gloss, you know, just the coverage from only the lip gloss. And then moving on to the last product that I used. I went in with my McGrath blush, which is in the shade Blush Without Caution. Beautiful blush. This is what it looks like on the skin. You guys already seen me applying that in the tutorial. And yeah, this is the last product that I will talk about today. Other than that, I got some new brushes, which is the number 93. Also use the number 59 to do the bronzer, and I used the number 50 to go over the face. I used the brush from KVD to apply my powder. I also used the brush from SEPHORA, which is an 88, to go and tap underneath here, apply the concealer and also even out the bronzer. But I use this brush for foundation, which is a SEPHORA brush number 70. And those are the brushes that I used today in this tutorial, with some smaller brushes, which are the Sigma blending brush, also the Smashbox shader brush, and the SEPHORA concealer brush to clean underneath. I'm not sure I use, to do my color correcting. And lastly, I went in with the Zohiba brush to highlight and use this little pencil brush to do my liner. So that's that. So if you guys love this video, don't forget to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And yes, put your post notification on so that you can get notified whenever I upload a video. With that said, I'll talk to you guys in another video. Bye for now.